One of the starkest lessons I learned shortly after October 7th was seeing that even after the worst atrocities were committed against us, even before we responded, the world, or at least many loud voices in it, were demonizing us instead of the demons. When major media organizations have a distinct and clear agenda against you, and that supersedes any fact you might put out, you shouldn't delude yourself into thinking that if you just put out the correct facts, suddenly they'll change their tone. For me, it was also a moment of moral clarity. You realize that your own morality is not dictated by the international community, which can spout immoral ideas and impose immoral restraints. In those times, you understand that you stay moral not because of appearances, since they're going to blame you anyway, but because of your own internal compass. You do the right thing because it's right, not because of what the BBC will say. The BBC is going to call you a monster regardless. I do think we could have done better at speaking to the world, but keep in mind, when you are fighting for your survival and your hands are being tied behind your back, when you're battling a death cult using its own citizens as human shields, with your brothers and sisters being held hostage in between them, facing an enemy that has weaponized your own morality against you, it would be foolish to add another restraint, especially when there is no way to satisfy the demands of a craved international community. Time and time again, the world cried out that we could not do this, could not do that. We could not go into Rafah. We could not even do a land incursion into Gaza. And time again, we showed that we can. And if we were to simply listen to the world and listen to the constraints because we didn't want to look bad, we would not have gotten our hostages back. We would not have defeated Hamas. We would not have won multiple wars in 2 years. And we achieved all of this with one of the smallest ratios of civilian to combatant death in urban conflicts, no matter what the world might think. Israel isn't perfect, and nor is the IDF. It would be wonderful to have unlimited funds, unlimited manpower. For that matter, it would be wonderful to live in peace and to turn our swords into plowshares. But that is not the situation we are in. Ze ma sheyesh, ve'im ze nenatzeach. That is what we have, and with that we will win. And so far, we just won.